Hey, everybody.
Hello, hello.
So, we figured we would do kind of like a multi-stream, but we haven't gone live actually together in a little while.
A little bit.
But there's good reason for that. And the good reason for that is we've been behind the scenes really figuring out as everyone has been pivoting and really trying to figure out what they should be doing in 2021. And we see some people jumping on. So, hey, Bets. So if you are coming on, please say hi and where you are tuning in from. We would love to hear from you. If you end up jumping on the replay, please use hashtag replay. And Nancy and I can go back and say hi. So the big topic for tonight is the three main reasons why you only should focus on one main specific social media platform. I know that sounds kind of crazy because we're all on social media, but you should have a main focus for one social media platform, and then there should be other things under the umbrella. So again, as you're coming on, please say hi to us, where you're tuning in from, tag some people that need to see this, share this video. So, Nance, you want to kick it off?
Yeah, let's just dive right in. Yeah, so, oh.
I mean, is this coinciding with what you're about to say? Or
Yeah.
because you have a lot of stuff written down here.
Yeah,
And
no.
so Nancy has this, and I have these.
I have to have my safety net, right? Yeah, Scott just likes to shoot from the hip sometimes.
So the first part Nancy's going to kind of take over
Yep.
is the one thing that you need to ask yourself, and I want you guys to all ask this question. So Betsy wants to learn more. Hey, Kev, good to see you jumping on. So ask yourself this question. How much time do I really have? How much time do you really have? Are you spending hours upon hours upon hours scrolling and trolling, posting and praying on social media?
Yeah, I mean, I think this question, right, when we think about the three things and the three reasons why we should really focus on, the biggest one is time, right? And unless you have unlimited, team support and you have a whole company that's posting and doing all things for you, awesome for you. But most of us, right, and especially if you're showing up as a personal brand or a professional online, a lot of that is you and it's showing up authentically, right? And think about the reasons why you are on social media, okay? There's three reasons usually. It's to drive brand awareness, traffic, and revenue, right?
So just go over that one more. So there's three main reasons why you're on social media. What are those three reasons again?
Is we want brand awareness, we want to drive traffic, right, to your website or your offer, and we want revenue, we want sales. Do you want me to keep going?
No, so I just want to I want to plug into something because the fact is this. Nancy said those things. And if it's not growing your network, if it's not growing your brand awareness, but most importantly, if you are not generating revenue,
Money.
if you're not generating revenue from the social media platform that you are giving all your time and your energy and your efforts to, then you have to ask yourself, why am I really on here? Am I on here because I'm chasing a shiny object that I see other people talking about? Is someone that I'm influenced by and I'm following on social media, is this how they're building their business? Because if it's not generating revenue in your business, it's not that you're not making money. There's a bigger issue. You're not impacting the people in your network, because if you're not working with people, if you're not helping them with the gift and the skills that you have, it's not helping your business and it's not helping their business.
Yeah, and I mean, it's funny. I was talking to someone a couple days ago, and they're like, "Oh, I got to do this on Snapchat, and I've got to do this," and literally overwhelmed. And I'm like, "Snapchat? I was like, isn't that for like 13-year-olds? I was just thinking like your audience is like accountants.
Taylor's best friend uses Snapchat, and he's 9.
Yeah, and I'm like, think about it. I mean, really, and we're going to kind of dive into this, but how much time do you really have, and where are your people? Like, where's your audience, right? That has the purpose you're looking for, right? Like, what are you looking to do? So yeah, I'm going to stop right there. That's all we need to say.
Oh, hey, Amanda. Good to see you jumping on. So again, you got to ask yourself, how much time do you really have? And again, I was talking, Nancy and I, we have, we partnered with a PR firm that we're doing some work with. And I had a call with her yesterday, and I was kind of going on this rant about all these new things, the reels and, Clubhouse now. And again, I'm not putting down that it's not another thing. And I'm not saying that I'm not going to be on there. It's the fact that by the time that I learn where to point my fingers for the reel and I choreograph the dance for TikTok, it's been 45 to 60 minutes of my day that's gone by that really hasn't moved my business forward. But the big thing that Nancy said that I always come back to, I always ask myself, is my ideal audience and my ideal potential client on that platform? Because think about who are doing reels. The people that are doing reels, they're trying to attract all these clients. So many, we were just talking about this literally before we walked downstairs. There are so many coaches that are so burnt to the crisp right now. They're I mean, I can't tell you how many of our clients in the last 2 weeks canceled and pushed back their sessions because they are exhausted. They just needed a break. And the fact of the matter is that you have to really ask yourself, how much time do I really have to spend time on all these different social media platforms? Just imagine if you only had to spend really good time on just one platform, and then you sprinkle things on others.
Yeah, and that's not to say, right, that we can't actually post and then repurpose and put other places. Sure, right? Because we talked about brand awareness. Getting yourself out there never hurts. And even creating reels, create a commercial, for what you do. But we're talking about where you really need to focus your attention and crush it, right? What platform, and we're going to kind of get into this a little bit more, and do all the things in that platform. We're talking connecting, posting, messaging, posting articles, engaging, putting videos. Like if you could really lean in to one platform, stay fully focused and crush it for the year, that's what we're going to dive into.
So what Nancy is saying is what you need to think about is where do I have the most business flexibility? Where are the resources bountiful on the platform where there are so many multifaceted ways to use the platform that I can connect with so many people? If you think about Facebook, you have Facebook, you have a Facebook business page, you have Facebook groups. That's really all that goes on there. Instagram, yeah, you have your Instagram page, you have Reels, you have IGTV, you have Story. It's just it's just a lot. And the reason why I have made LinkedIn my first stop is because of the depth that you can get into the content on there. There is so much engagement. What people don't understand is that when you hear people talking about that LinkedIn is having a Facebook 2012 moment, what that means is, what you guys don't realize is Facebook peaked in 2012. Facebook peaked in 2012. Yes, there was engagement in 2013, 2014, and a little bit of 2015. But there are so many weeks that go by where I'll walk by Nancy's office or she'll walk by me and she'll be like, God, Facebook frustrates me, because they're always changing things. So the second thing that we wanted to talk about, and we're going to get into all of this, is that not only do you have to ask yourself, how much time do you really have? But remember what your goals are. What are your goals this year? So I want you to think about that, and you guys can chime in the chat box if you have one specific goal. Like, again, we're not trying to make things difficult. Pick one goal. And if you want to comment and you're on here and you want to share it with the audience, What is your number one goal this year? And leave it in the comment section below, because you have to remember what are your goals
On social media.
on social media.
Yeah, no, that's the second most important thing. And I actually wrote, obviously, down in my notes, a couple little notes are, what's your goal, right? And so the first little section that I broke it down into, if your goal is to grow your network, connect, and actually drive some revenue, the top 3 listed under that would be, okay, LinkedIn, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, going back to what Scott said, where Facebook kind of peaked in 2012, do you know that Facebook suppresses business posts on their newsfeed?
Say that again. No, just because I did this the other day. Listen to this.
Okay, so Facebook suppresses business posting on their newsfeed. If you are out there and you have a Facebook business page and you get nothing but crickets and you feel really bad about yourself because you get like a like, or maybe 3 people, only said thumbs up on your post or whatever, you're not alone. It's because Facebook has totally shifted into the pay to play when it comes to business. Okay? They're a social networking, right? For friends, family. Go ahead.
But for those that don't know what pay to play means, what does that mean?
Oh, pay to play means you're spending some money on Facebook ads. And I don't know how many of you out there have just read the new thing. I don't even think we've talked about it. But there's a new thing through Apple protecting people's privacy. And it's going to take away a lot of what currently small business owners are doing with Facebook ads. It's going to take out the ability of a lot of what they're already currently doing through Facebook ads. And Facebook ads are really going to only benefit some of the big corporations and companies that can actually afford to throw money at it. So in all honesty, right, when we talk about where we're going, if you have a product or service and you have a business and you're trying to talk business and you want high-level business people, don't go on a platform that's going to suppress you. I can't tell you how many of my clients and people that I've talked to this year that they've had some kind of issue with Facebook, either blocking them, shutting down their accounts. Someone has hacked in and taken their group. It's happened to so many different people, and guess what the solution is? Usually nothing. It's insane. The amount of things that can happen and the amount of things that Facebook does and doesn't really care. There's been a person was a real estate agent, posted about their business on their personal page, completely shut down, removed from Facebook. Come on. It's absolutely ridiculous. So anyway, going back to the main thing is remember what your goals are. So if we're talking about, again, growing a network and connecting, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. But when we think about LinkedIn, and that's why we're obviously going to talk about LinkedIn, is it's a professional platform. We've got the decision makers. We've got elite professionals. We've got the B2B and B2C. It's all coming together, guys. And whenever, like Scott had mentioned, Facebook in 2012, it is the platform to be if you want to have real connection. I keep saying 2021 is the year of connection. We are tired of, being alone. We want to come out. We want to have that real connection. We're so sick and tired of automated garbage, robot posting, okay? We want to connect with real human beings. I don't know about you, but I don't mind jumping on a Zoom call. I don't mind jumping on a phone call and just saying, hey, is there anything that I can do to support you, to give value, to show up and educate? That is what's coming in 2021, and LinkedIn's a great place to be. Just touching on the other platforms, I just wanted to share. So if we think about, again, the goals of the platform, we're talking photo sharing, video, and interactive. That's all Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, and Snapchat, right? And TikTok, so on and so forth, right? But those are the goals of that platform, is to do those different things. But going back to LinkedIn, growing your network, connecting, increasing real, tangible community sales. Now, that's not to say, right, that if let's say you have a product, right? We're going to sell some Altoids or whatever. Instagram could be an amazing place to do
Altoids
that.
did not sponsor this video. That is not
sponsored by. Well, it makes it seem cooler, right? And actually, the coloring
that's
matches
not
up.
product placement.
Sponsored by Altoids. But yeah, no. The whole point is obviously there is a time and a place, and we're not saying that everybody on here, LinkedIn might not be the best fit for you. Maybe it's Instagram, and maybe it's actually jumping on there and doing some reels and doing some product based, like beautiful photo shoots and things like that. That's absolutely fine. But if you are a business professional, if you are a business coach, if you are a high level coach, right, and you need to connect with those decision makers, LinkedIn is your place to be.
So the other big thing that I want to talk about, and I was talking about this with a client earlier today, 80% of all leads online are generated on LinkedIn. Now, and I've talked about this in my podcast, where most people are struggling in creating revenue for their business, they're not talking to enough people. They're getting into these DM battles back and forth. They're getting into these messenger battles back and forth. Why LinkedIn has been so beneficial to our business and our clients' businesses is because people are on there to network. Now, when you're thinking about where you need to be on social media, there's two buckets. Does this social media platform have the right people that have the monetary means to say yes to what I'm offering? Are they willing to invest in me in what they're looking to do? That's the one bucket. And number two, where are the networking people at? Where are the people that really want to network and connect? I did an amazing LinkedIn Live with my buddy Adam Posner today, and he's a huge, huge LinkedIn influencer. And he doesn't even like to be called that, but we connected on such a deep level because there are so many things that we want to bring to the platform value-wise. This is what gets your business exposure. This is what makes you the authoritative expert. This is what gives you that brand visibility, gives you that growth of connection, but growth of revenue. And this is the problem. Most people are dipping their toes in. They're focusing on 18 things at once. They get completely overwhelmed because they think about all of the things that they need to do every day on social media. It overwhelms you. And what happens when you get overwhelmed?
You get overwhelmed. You don't do anything.
You don't do anything. So that brings us to our third point.
Overwhelm, stop the overwhelm.
When you focus,
Scott's reading my note. There's a note I have strategically placed on the back of it.
I didn't even see this. If you can't, whatever. I didn't even know this. Anyway, the fact of the matter is that if you just focus on just one social media platform this year, and that doesn't mean abandon the others, but your main focus, the main platform that you're looking to really seriously grow, you focus on that one, you will see a change in your business.
Yeah. And as I stated on the back of this card, in the secret location is, if you can't focus effectively, you can't think effectively, right? And so we talked about all these people that we know that have literally got themselves into an overwhelm spiral where what happens, you see a lot of people getting burnout, getting sick, right? Running themselves kind of ragged, trying to create all these professional edited videos and upload on all different platforms, so on and so forth. Give yourself permission to stop that. That's not good for anybody, okay? And again, if you're looking to connect, grow your business, do things that make the most sense for your business, just give yourself permission to stop the craziness, stop the madness, and again, there's so many things to do. In fact, I was having this conversation with a client the other day. If I were to give you a workflow, like right now, to tell you, just do this one thing a week, and that's all you got to do. And then you can obviously post and spread it out on other platforms, but just start by shooting one 10-minute or less video on a training topic that has to do with whatever it is that you offer. Educate people, talk to your clients, right? Like what they need and what problems that you solve. Just start by shooting one video once a week. If you do video, you can even transcribe that video, right? You can use Otterai. You can slide it in there. It'll transcribe it for you. So you can use that as a blog post or an article. Okay. So now you got 3 different things, right, from the video. And then you can break that down into posting throughout the week, right? You can use quotes from it. You can share other things. My whole point is we don't have to go wild and crazy and spend hours upon hours doing all the different things. And after you create that for LinkedIn, which could be your main platform, right? You can share that to other things. And there's other posting platforms that you can schedule out and everything like that. And yes, again, I keep going back, and I love using the word permission, because, oh my gosh, this is my theme of the day, because I actually just made a commitment to myself and I gave myself permission to focus on one thing. If you can't give yourself that permission to let it go and give yourself that like understanding that, you know what, I'm not going to be able to continue doing this consistently every single month, and you give yourself that permission, I will promise you're actually going to see more results. And I know it sounds crazy because it's hard for me to tell you this and have you feel like that makes sense. But when you really focus, okay, and instead of casting your net all over here, right? I use the analogy of like a farm field where you only have so many seeds and you only have so much fertilizer and you're trying to like put it everywhere. Focus on one platform and give it your all, right? Show up. And trust me, I've seen the behind the scenes of so many people's businesses, right? I've been in mastermind conversations, whatever. The general consensus is, sure, yeah, we want to post on the main platforms, right? Which, that would be Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Pinterest, and YouTube, if we could, in a perfect world. But if you're going to really do something that is effective, you're going to post on one platform and you're going to crush it. And you're going to do all the things on that platform, and that includes connecting. And I know the question was just asked, what's Otter.ai? So if you go to Otter.ai on your web browser, it's a transcription service. It's actually free. An alternate to that would be Rev. I think it's rev.com. But Otter.ai is a free service. I actually use it all the time. So for example, if I'm transcribing videos myself, if I'm very visual, so if I'm watching a video from someone, I actually pull up Otter.ai and it transcribes it as people are speaking. And you're able to pull content even from yourself, which is pretty neat. But anyway, that's the whole point, guys. Like, do not keep burning yourself out. And it's like the fear of missing out. Actually, I'll give you a tip. This is something I did 2 nights ago, and it has caused me to have so much less anxiety and so much less frustration. And what was that, Scott? I told you I did it the other day. I turned off all my
notifications.
Notifications. I turned off, I had Clubhouse going.
Well,
I had Facebook going. I had Instagram going.
I did it first. So we watched something called the
Social Network.
No, it was called the Social Dilemma.
Yeah.
Highly recommend it. It's on Netflix, and basically the one piece of advice that these social media experts were giving to create more balance and harmony in your life is turn off your notifications, because every time someone likes or comments, like your phone dings. So I turned off all my notifications on Facebook. Yep. I turned all my notifications off on Instagram. So now if I want to know something, I physically just have to go on and look myself, but I'm not checking my phone all day.
Exactly. And I can't tell you how
it's
much
freeing.
Of a relief. It's like, I don't know what it's like that anxiety of like FOMO. Like, oh my God, I need to check this. I need to, oh my gosh, I'm on a call, but I just got like 5 notifications. What's going on Instagram? Mm-hmm. Just turning off my notifications and going in there when I want. Well, guess what? If somebody messages you and you just end up checking it 5 minutes later or an hour later, who cares? The world is not burning down. We're all going to be okay. And so again, get that overwhelm, get the fear of missing out, get all that off your mind, and get back to remembering why you actually want to get your business on social media. What is your goal? What's your purpose at the end of the day?
I think one of the bigger things that you need to ask yourselves is what I'm doing working? So is everything that you've been doing on Facebook these last few years, is it working in your business? All the things that you're doing on Instagram because people are telling you to, is it working in your business? And again, it's that feeling of like, if I stop, then maybe I would have missed that window. Here's the honest to God truth. If it hasn't worked up until now, it's probably never going to work. And this is why when I jumped onto LinkedIn in 2015, I saw immediate results. It was instantaneous. My network grew. I was doing calls. People were engaging with me. I was networking like a beast, and I still do. You can combine Facebook and Instagram. They will never create more qualified conversations than LinkedIn can do by itself. And here's the big thing. We're not just looking to generate leads. I don't care what platform you're on, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. You're not looking just to generate leads. You don't just want friends. You don't just want followers or connections. You want qualified connections. You want qualified phone calls. You want to network with people. The way that you move a business forward is you talk to new people. And if you're not talking to new people, then your business never has the opportunity to move forward. This is what Nancy and I, we get so frustrated because there are so many people out there teaching people things that plain and simple just don't work. They just don't work.
To do it.
It's just to be, it's like all this busy work that truly at the end of the day, all it's doing is draining your tank and you're exhausted by the end of the day. And then you get frustrated because you have this expectation that something was supposed to happen or translate in my business and it was supposed to go in this direction. I was supposed to be creating this income and it's not. Then you get frustrated, then you get angry, and then you quit. So our simple message is pick a platform that you know your people are on. Pick a platform where you know people are networking. And again, you may be thinking, oh, is that Clubhouse? Listen, Clubhouse is cool, but it's becoming another one of those things. I still really feed off of that one-to-one connection. And that's why I love LinkedIn, because you can create all those one-to-one relationships with people from online to offline.
Yeah. And I think, my experience with Clubhouse so far, I think it's a neat concept. You actually get to be part of almost like a podcast, like an ongoing podcast. And I do see the value in, jumping on there and maybe having a really cool conversation with like-minded people. And so not to say there's anything wrong with that. But I'm almost excited from a hobby standpoint, honestly, having some pretty cool conversations about random stuff. But it's another thing. And if you can't commit and you don't enjoy, having to jump on there and do and jump through the hoops, then don't, just don't.
Yeah.
Don't do
And
it.
if all this makes sense, you can type Y or yes in the chat box. But so here's the big thing. A lot of you may have seen this, but Nancy and I wanted to do something. And if you're on the replay, you can do #replay. We wanted to do something for everyone because we truly feel and believe in our hearts. And, Nancy is, she's been hearing me for the last 3 years talk about LinkedIn. And it's only been probably the last 8 or 9 months that she's been kind of crossing over the bridge to saying, you know what, I finally see what you keep talking about. And we've always dreamed of doing something together. Obviously, we've done interviews together, but we always wanted to create something for people. So what we wanted to do was a free 5-day intensive. And it's completely free to register. And it's going to be happening from January 18th through January 22nd. It's a Monday through a Friday. We're doing it after work hours. It's at 8 o'clock Eastern, Monday through Thursday. And there will be recordings that you will be able to watch up until the following Tuesday. So what we did was we broke down the 5 basic but most important things that people need to do on LinkedIn this year to really move their business forward. And what we're doing is we broke up those 5 things into 5 60-minute trainings for all of you. And it's free. All you have to do, if you're not registered, you type in the chat box, I do. And I will send you a link after this is done to register for this event. And we are so grateful. We are approaching 170 registrants already.
Whoa, baby.
And we still have 2 weeks away. Now, it's also happening in our private Facebook group that some of you may be watching, LinkedIn Leads for Life. So you must join that group as well. But you're all going to get a workbook for free. And this workbook, it's a 30-page workbook that you're going to use for the entire week, and it's going to walk you through the steps necessary that you need to do to obviously move your business forward, move your brand, and obviously move the revenue in your business up in 2021. So all you have to do, whether you're live or on the replay and you're not a part of the registration for the intensive, you just type "I do" in the comment section below and we will send you a registration link to sign up. Anything to add?
No, that was pretty good. That was good.
No closing
Yeah, and
statements?
it's live, so come hang out with
Yeah,
us.
we're doing it actually just like
Yeah.
this. So
we're totally going to be on there. So, any questions, FAQs, things like that, we're here.
But the big thing is this: we know that if you all focus on LinkedIn this year, just make LinkedIn your goal for 2021, I guarantee you, if you go all in with it, December of this year, your business and your brand will absolutely be in a different place.
Absolutely.
So guys, we're looking forward to it. We have a couple more of these. We're going to come back again on Thursday to train you on something else. And we're doing a couple more before January 18th. And again, if you're on the replay, type in "I do" in the comment section and we will send you a link to register. Grateful for you all. Love and gratitude. Have a good night and we'll talk to you soon. Bye, everybody.